This return makes it up to the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision in extra yards.
Incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Penix working from the gun. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's Penix. Hits him on the in route. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the gun, it's Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Lays out left side and gets it. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a 1st down. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses.
And in for the Atlanta touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stafford to the air to start us off. Finds a seam down the middle. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, here's Stafford. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. They give it to him again. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Rams finish off their opening drive. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams start off well to tie things 7-7. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Play action, here's Penix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Here's Penix to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
3rd down, it's Penix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Carty now for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Escapes the pocket. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Hey, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3 and out.
Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its second. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Trying for it with Penix. He finds him beyond the marker. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Neither side separating much so far. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Rolling left, buying some time. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time, secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throw away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. And again, it's Penix. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. Takes out a 1-stop. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to give him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
They're now set for 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Has it at the 7. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Finds his target, Robinson. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone. Throwing it again here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. To the air with Penix. The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with a quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
The kick by Lutz is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Some new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Stafford. That's on target. Puka Nacua. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Stafford now on 1st down. He's on the move. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, a better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. That's complete. Nacua on the left side. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. Now Stafford again. He gets this one to Nacua. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Rams hoping to grow their lead before halftime. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Stafford from the gun. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Rams grow their lead just before halftime. Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Rams drive their lead to 11. The Rams kicking team is ready. And they're going to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. He lost the football. And they steal it back on the return. Now, we just don't see kick returns nearly as often as we used to, Brock, which makes impact plays on them like that so much rarer.
Yeah, that is so well said. Kind of reminds me of my son's baseball coach, right, at a young age. You're always coaching those guys, hey, the ball's going to come to you. The ball's going to come to you every single pitch. The ball's going to come to you. And these kickoff cover guys, they got to think in their mind every time is my chance to make a play, and they just did.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Touchdown, L.A. Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams push their lead to 18. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he doesn't make it far at all, and they bottle up that return immediately.
Well, that's a case of either overthinking things or somehow not thinking enough on that kickoff return. You got to think the 20-yard line is worst case. Instead, well, the coverage team sticks him with a really long field ahead.
And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Robinson on the inside give. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the Rams are going to use their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Penix here from the gun. Getting out to his left. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Now the offense going to take its third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. All set up now for 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Escapes out to the left. Now he's throwing deep down that side of the... He's got it deep downfield. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. The penalty erases an exciting turnover, makes it 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. Wow, just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and go get that touchdown.
He's throwing for it! And the call to go for it not awarded as the pass falls incomplete. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. This one not close to where it had to go. This drive is going to begin from the 40. And this drive is going to have some great starting field position as a result of that short kick. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
50-50.
Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Oh, it put some heat on this deep ball. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Cameron Curl has it. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators, you can run the ball.
They connect on the deep shot. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. Finds some space, he's past the 30. I don't know if they're going to get to him. He took it all the way. Oh, baby, what a return. Touchdown. Cardi down for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Rams go up by 19. After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Return starts at the 3.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Flush down now to his left. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Falcons will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Penix on 1st down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kobe Durant has it. And the Rams take over as he records his 10th career INT.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Wanted to fit that one into Davante Adams. So 2nd down coming up. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Finds his man over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Stafford. His pass caught by Nacua. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Defense showing blitz. Stafford. Hits his running back. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. Fits it through the middle. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams push their lead further to start the half. Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams continue piling onto this lead.
Falcons 16.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He's looking deep once again. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. Koo on now for the extra point. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Able to find Nacua here. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Working quickly here. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
To throw, Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first. Running this one left. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Stafford. Has it in close. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This game has evolved so much over the years, but there's just certain times, there's certain moments, some flashes of greatness like that you see Dick Butkus, that you see Jack Lambert, that you see Mike Singletary. These middle linebackers stuffing a run. This guy in particular, like the greats used to do.
Back-to-back stands at the goal line, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Here's Williams. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Slide's kick is up and good. And they push their lead to 23.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Kickoff taken at the 3. And he gets crunched by a big hit. Oh, right at the 25 to end that return. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Penix now on 1st down. Finds his target, Robinson. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Offense to the line for second down. From the shotgun, Penix. Cut out left. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Penix working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's out of bounds past midfield. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway. Ugh.
On first down, here's Penix. Galloping inside the 40. And they make the tackle at the 38. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Penix now to throw. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Penix here from the gun. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons making the scoreboard look a touch better. Drake London with the touchdown. So an absolutely beautiful throw there, finding his man in space who turns it into 6.
Yeah, they really took advantage there, Kate, of some soft coverage. You want that on that corner route. Plenty of space for that route to develop. Great execution, and it pays off with the touchdown.
Here are the Falcons once again going for 2. Trying for it on the ground. And he reaches the end zone on that 2-point try, Brock. This is going to cut it to a 2-score game now, down 15. And the Rams get on top of the kick, and that should ice this game away. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. And you never want to count out those wild card teams once the postseason begins, right? We've seen a few go on magical runs before, and they've officially begun theirs here, fighting their way to next week's divisional round games. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Atlanta.